Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're struggling to get a credit limit increase out of Capital One, here's the number one thing you have to stop doing, and that's always carrying a balance over 10% every month. You're making the minimum payment on the account. When you do this, you're telling Capital One you're struggling to pay your bill, okay? Now, I want you to really understand what I mean by that 10%, because most people said 30. No, 10%. If you keep it under 10% for at least 90 days, if you're able to pay it off, especially with a small credit limit, and I'll tell you something else that people are doing as well. If Capital One gives them a $300 or a $500 card or whatever, most of the time people won't use it. They'll just throw it in a drawer somewhere. Well, I can't do anything with this, right? And so by you showing no utilization, or you maxing out the card and it's over 10%, but by the time that statement date closes, then you're showing that you actually don't want more money from Capital One. So you have to stop doing it, all right? Now, here's something else that people are doing. On their applications, most of the time when they go for a Capital One credit card, if they are working Uber, Lyft, DoorDash and stuff, they're putting down self-employed. You have to stop that. If you have a little side hustle business with your name and stuff, you need to say that you actually work for the business. You actually need to register the business. If you need help with registering the business, we can help with that, all right? And the reason why you actually want to operate as a registered business, because if you need funding and you have bad credit, you actually can still get funding just with your EIN number, and you have revenue in the business. It's not just an EIN number. You do have to have revenue in the business. Also, the leverage that you have with Capital One, okay? If you're self-employed and you have a registered business and you have only a 580 credit score, guess what? You're going to be able to get multiple cards, right? Because you'll be able to get the Capital One Spark Classic card, business card. Now, with that card, it's a business card. However, it does report both on the business as well as the personal side. But you don't care about that. You just want to be able to get access to capital. And the thing about with that card, you actually are going to be starting at least $2,000 or more. Sometimes, most people I've seen, they start at $3,000, even with bad credit. And another thing, like I made in a previous video, with Capital One being one of the most forgiving institutions in the market, where if you burn them for a personal credit card and it's charged off for a year, they still will allow you to qualify for a new credit card. Okay? That's another thing that people are not realizing. Now, here's something else that you have to stop doing. When it's time for you to go after a credit limit increase, all right, your rent, if you're paying rent, your rent should only be between 10 to 20%. If you go above that, say that you go 30%, again, this is something that they look at as if you're getting too high on your DTI, debt to income ratio, especially if you haven't updated your income. Speaking of income, some people are overstating their income, all right? And the reason I'm telling you this is because people, they're assuming that, oh, I'll put down, I'm making $90,000, okay? So then when Capital One goes to look at your credit file, what's on that credit file that's going to give him an indication you're making $90,000? If they see that you may have self-employed, retirement, or no type of employment on your credit file, then this is something that gives them a red flag that you're not making $90,000. Okay? Especially, again, when you put down, oh, my rent is only $750, but I'm making $90,000. You don't have a home loan on the credit file. You don't have a car payment on the credit file. Okay? That's also something that they're taking into consideration. So when you overstate your income, trust me, they're not just overlooking this. They're paying attention to this. All right? Now, something else that you need to have, and this is very important, especially when you have bad credit and you trying to get higher limit credit increases. All right? I always tell you, with institutions like Capital One, your leverage would be to open up a checking account. Even if you're only putting $25 to $30 a week in that checking account, if possible, trust me, you showing them some type of banking activity with them, this also helps you get higher limit credit increases, okay? Now, something else that people are doing. People may tend to go past that statement date. And even though it's not 30 days late, they'll go past that statement date and they will make a payment. Okay? So they won't get the late on the late payment on the credit file. However, they'll get the late fee. All right? And so the thing about it, when they see you constantly getting late fees and stuff by you paying the credit card, this also can decrease your chances of a credit limit increase. All right? Some of these things that people are saying, well, Capital One won't give me a credit limit increase. Again, they won't do a hard pull if you're going through the app, updating your income, updating your rent, right? All right? However, if you're constantly making that payment late, all right, like I said, it won't hit the personal credit file. However, you're getting that late fee that they charge. This is another indication that you're struggling. And so this is another thing that keeps them from giving you the, what's the name? Now, your bad credit cards that you want to look at, again, it's the Saver One, all right? The Saver One, it will give you a higher limit when you have bad credit versus the Platinum card, all right? So granted, they have different cards, but that on the personal side, the Saver One is much better than with the Platinum Capital One, all right? Now, again, like I said, do not overlook the Capital One Spark card. So you can get multiple cards with them. So I would, if I were you, if I'm going to back this here situation, then I would, especially if I'm self-employed, I would go in with a registered business, okay? If I know that, okay, I only have a 580 credit score, then I would apply for the Capital One Spark Classic card because I know that card's going to give me a couple $1,000, all right? Then I would apply for the Saver card. I would apply for the Saver card instead of the Saver One because they have 4 different Saver cards. So you want the Saver One for the bad credit, okay? I would apply for that card over the Platinum card, okay? It does make a difference, all right? So for those of you that may need help with removing negative items off the credit, trying to get business funding, trying to get personal funding, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.